2025 Social Security cost of living expectation, laid off Tesla workers, and frustrated student loan borrowers. Today, I read an article on foxbusiness.com written by Megan Henney titled, "Your Social Security cost of living adjustment increase could be bigger than expected next year." Okay, my friends, don't get too excited about this. I was really not impressed by what could be a bigger than expected cost of living adjustment next year from Social Security. According to the author, the Senior Citizens League, a nonpartisan group that focuses on issues relating to older Americans, estimated the adjustment could be about 3% based on March inflation data, which showed the Consumer Price Index climbed 0.4% from the previous month and is up 3.5% from the same time last year. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 3% isn't going to help anyone in a meaningful way during this period of high inflation. To my point, the author said an increase of this magnitude would raise the average retiree benefit of $1,907 by about $57.21 per month. I bet some of you watching this video have seen your grocery costs go up by more than $57.21 per week, not per month. How is $57.21 more per month going to help anyone cope with higher prices for just about everything in life? Just yesterday, I reported about BLS data that revealed video discs and other media increased 30.1%. Juice drinks increased 27.5%, motor vehicle insurance 22.2%, repair of household items 18%, home care of invalids and elderly 14.2%, motor vehicle repair 11.6%, beef roasts 11.2%, baby food and formula 9.9%, veterinarian services 9.6%, legal services, 8.8%, and outpatient hospital services, 8.3%. Did you notice that all of these categories were much higher than 3%? What in the world are some retired people who rely just on Social Security going to do? How are they going to survive if this madness continues much longer? I truly feel bad for elderly people here in America who have no family and no source of income other than Social Security. Some may be able to go back to work to bring in extra money, but that may not be possible for everyone. The author of this article referenced Mary Johnson, who is a research analyst at the Senior Citizens League, who said, "Older consumers are losing buying power." Well, I couldn't agree more. It is a terrible thing, and I hate to hear about it. If you have an elderly neighbor or someone at your church who needs help, please do whatever you can to assist. The author of this article went on to reference Moody's Analytics chief economist Mark Zandi, who said the typical household needed to pay $227 more a month in March to purchase the same goods and services it did 1 year ago because of still high inflation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can begin to see why I am not excited about what could be a bigger than expected cost of living adjustment next year from Social Security. 3% is not going to do anything meaningful to help retired people who are struggling financially. I have no doubt some could see their rent increase far more than 3%. Most have likely seen their car insurance increase far more than 3% this year. Many who own homes have likely seen their homeowners insurance increase by more than 3%. I don't even want to talk about the high cost of medical care. I get frustrated anytime I go down that rabbit hole. What do you think about all this? Are you retired? If so, I'd really like to know if you are excited about the possibility of a 3% cost of living adjustment next year. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. It's not just retired people who may be struggling financially. I read an article today on yahoo.com, put out by Business Insider, and written by Jyoti Mann, titled, "A Tesla Worker Who Was Laid Off a Month After He Joined Says He Can't Pay His Rent." The author of this article discussed how Tesla CEO Elon Musk sent a company-wide email on Sunday around midnight saying that the company was laying off more than 10% of the workforce globally. This comes after a difficult first quarter with sales that dropped by 20% from the previous quarter. Well, my friends, he sure didn't give people a lot of advance notice. Imagine waking up on Monday morning and going into work before reading your email. Apparently, some people did just this, and they were not let into the building. That's how they found out they didn't have a job anymore. The author went on to reference a former employee who said, "Wow, no warning at all. I don't have a job. I can't pay my rent." Well, ladies and gentlemen, my heart goes out to all Tesla employees who just lost their jobs, including the individual who can't pay his rent. I feel bad for them and their families. I hope they have been keeping their skill set up to date so they can find new employment quickly. I also hope they have a well-funded emergency account. You never know when something unexpected in life might occur, such as a layoff, expensive car repair, expensive home repair, or a large medical bill. Far too many people live paycheck to paycheck, and when they do get a little extra money, they spend it going out to dinner or blow it on a vacation. Doing fun things makes life worth living, but sometimes you need to delay gratification until you have cash reserves built up for an emergency. Right now, you can easily earn 5% interest on your money, so why not have enough money saved up to cover 3 to 6 months worth of bills in case you get injured or laid off? For me, I don't have my emergency fund in CDs or a money market account. I have my emergency fund in U.S. Treasuries because they are often regarded as one of the safest instruments in the world, and short-duration U.S. Treasuries are all paying over 5% right now. At the time that I recorded this video, the 1-month yield was 5.381, the 2-month yield was 5.388, the 3-month yield was 5.392, and the 4-month was 5.402. There's also no state tax with U.S. Treasuries, which makes them superior in my mind to a CD or money market, but that's just me. Please understand, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I do. If you need financial advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. It's not just retired people on a fixed income and laid off Tesla workers who are struggling financially in America. I read an article today on yahoo.com, put out by CNN, and written by Allison Morrow, titled, "Student Debt is Haunting Americans from Graduation to Retirement." According to the author, student loan debt is a burden that nearly 3 out of 4 American borrowers say has forced them to delay a major life event, whether that's buying a house, having kids, or getting married, according to the latest Gallup Lumina Foundation Cost of College report. Well, my friends, I am not surprised to hear about this, but I would have never guessed it would have been nearly 3 out of 4 student loan borrowers, especially since people had nearly 3 years with no payments or interest due to student loans being on pause after the health crisis. I would have thought a lot of people would have used those 3 years to pay down the principal on these student loans while no interest was accruing. I would have also thought some people would have allocated some of their stimulus check money toward the student loan principal that they owed. Maybe a lot of these people really thought their student loans were going to be forgiven, so they didn't bother making any attempt at paying down the principal. That's just pure speculation on my part. Getting back to the article, the author referenced a 35-year-old woman who said, and I'll quote, "I've had to just put all of my dreams aside and focus on surviving day to day." She earned a master's degree in religious studies in 2017 with the dream of teaching at a college, but she couldn't find any jobs in her field when she graduated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll share my thoughts. I feel bad for this woman who has had to put all of her dreams aside to focus on surviving day to day. I hope she is able to eventually find a good job teaching at a college. It's tough getting a good job at a college or university these days. I stress the word good. Many colleges and universities are reducing the number of tenure-line positions, which can lead to lifetime employment along with decent pay and benefits. They are transitioning to more part-time adjunct instructor positions where you get paid a flat amount of money for each course. For example, you might get paid $3,000 to teach a 16-week-long course from August to December. You'll have to teach 3 hours per week, plus your travel time to and from the university, plus your prep time and grading time. You may also have to pay for parking at the college or university. Keep in mind, that's not $3,000 per month. That's a total of $3,000 for the entire 16-week-long semester, spanning approximately 4 months. Do the math on that, and you can figure out pretty quickly this does not come out to a great hourly wage. So why do people do this? Well, some people are desperate for any job they can get. Some believe this will get their foot in the door at the college or university, which may lead to full-time employment someday. Some simply want to give back and help students. Beyond adjunct positions, there are full-time contract teaching jobs at colleges and universities. You might get an assistant lecturer position with a 1-year contract to teach 4 classes for the fall semester and 4 classes for the spring semester. Depending on your field, the pay could vary considerably. You might make in the low $40,000 range for some disciplines, while others may pay a lot more. People who get these jobs are often referred to as temporary faculty. Getting a coveted tenure-line position is often very difficult. I'm not surprised that the woman referenced in this article has struggled to find jobs in her field. She was quoted as saying, "It just feels like you're treading water your whole life. I can't travel. I couldn't really have a family because I couldn't afford it. It's just a slog." She's not alone in thinking this way. The author of this article went on to say, dozens of people responded to CNN and said their student loan debt hammered their credit score and drained their income. Many said they were nearing retirement age but couldn't imagine being able to stop working, saying they would take their debt to the grave. Well, my friends, that is a terrible position to be in. Imagine having to work until you pass away and carrying your student loan debt to your grave. I feel bad for people who are in that type of position. Understand, I'm not discouraging anyone from going to college. I simply believe people need to understand a college degree is not a guaranteed ticket to riches. You need to be strategic about what type of major you pick and make sure there are job opportunities when you graduate in that field. Conduct a lot of due diligence before selecting a major. Consult the BLS, which provides a lot of data. Talk to people in the labor market who are doing the type of job that you want to do after you graduate. Find out what it takes to get hired at a company in your field. Find out how much it pays. Find out what it takes to get promoted. Find out about how AI might impact your field in the future. Unfortunately, some people simply flip through a college catalog and pick a major for something that looks interesting without doing any of this. Some get lucky and are able to find a good job after graduation. However, many are not that fortunate. Some leave college with a mountain of student loan debt and then they are on their own. They have to hurry to find a job and start making money, unless they are still on their parents' payroll. There's something else that needs to be said, because I've been reminded of this in the past. Not everyone goes to college because they want to get a degree and then use it to help them get a job. Some people just go to college to learn and develop and mature as an individual while learning new information and broadening their horizons. For some, it is a philosophical journey. Hey, if you can afford it, then go for it. Unfortunately, some people don't have a trust fund. They treat college as more of a vocational route. They want to pick a major, become as much of an expert as possible in a field, do some networking, get some good references from faculty, and hopefully land a good paying job after graduation. I feel for people who aren't able to land a good paying job after graduation. I worry about those who will fall into delinquency or default on their student loans after Biden's on-ramp program expires later this year. I have to wonder how many millions of people may be in that unfortunate situation. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please keep in mind that everything in this video is for entertainment purposes only, and nothing in this video is financial advice or advice of any kind. If you need advice, seek advice from a qualified professional in good standing who puts your interests first and foremost. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Please also consider sharing this video with your friends. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. Check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.